everyone, this is Bernie from Stampin' Up and welcome to my craft room this Tuesday. Usually I would be coming to you live on a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. New Zealand Daylight Savings Time, but for the next couple of weeks, tonight and next week, I am going to be bringing you a pre-recorded video, one of which I'm doing now, and then the next one will be scheduled for next week because it's going to be Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and Rich and I would just like a little bit of family time. So I'm sure you'll understand, and for those that have your own plans, you'll probably watch it on the replay anyway. So I thought rather than not provide you with some creative inspiration for the week, let me rather schedule you a video and you can watch this at your pleasure. So, leisure is what I wanted to say. So this week I am going to be making this really cute little card. I'm featuring some new paper that is actually a Sale-a-Bration giveaway that will be starting in January when the brand new mini catalog comes out. And if you are brand new to Stampin' Up, then this will be news to you. But if you're not, you've been waiting all year for this. Sale-a-Bration is an annual event where you get a free gift with purchase. And this year, as always, there are really, really gorgeous things to be grabbed depending on the value of your purchases. So this comes, the paper I'm using is the Toadstool Gardens. It's 6x6. And let me just flick through what these look like. So that's the A side, and then this is the B side. And we always sometimes think the B sides are not as great, but I think they're gorgeous. I mean, you've got stripes, you've got nice patterns you can use, and if you are a mini album maker, you're always looking out for those sort of papers that will be neutral in the sense of they designs rather than patterns. So this is what I'm using. I'm using this Toadstool pattern, and I'm using its reverse, the oh gosh, I've gone blank. What is that lilac color? The Flirty Flamingo. All right, so I think it's Flirty Flamingo. No, Flirty Flamingo. Fresh Freesia, that's the color. So let me walk you through how I make this. Of course, you can substitute any paper you have, but I thought I would just use some brand new ink, brand new paper. So for this, you're going to need half a sheet of your regular cardstock. I'm using A4, but we're going to trim it down. So let's measure in centimeters how much this needs to go down. I'm going to do it on that side. So you're going to cut this down to 7, make it 7.5 and regular. So we're going to cut it on that side at 7.5. So let me bring in my paper trimmer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it to the side where I want to trim off the excess. And I'm bringing the edge to that 7.5. Oh, not inches, Bernie. Centimeters. Oh, let's just check that. Just give me a moment. How much do I... Oh, I want 7.5 left. So, hang on. I want 7.5 left. So I want 3. So if I want 3, let's just figure this out. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is how I did it. Sorry, I had to figure this out. So I'm taking my score line to the 7.5 or the 3 inch. Okay, so the score line to that measurement where I want the total amount to be, and then I'm cutting off the extra so that you've got that almost cut off the entire piece there. All right, that looks better. So now I'm bringing in this piece of Designer Series paper, which is 3 inches by 5 5/8, or if we're dealing with centimeters, we're looking at 7.5 by 14.8. Right, so let's glue that down. And I'm just using my Tombow glue. If you haven't watched my lives before, then you won't have known. I just put my Tombow glue into this little holder that I've got from My Sweet Petunia, because it really, really makes a difference. Cool. So I'm just bringing that, matching that as close as I can to the edge. And as you can see, I can move my Tombow glue, which is why I love it. I just have a little bit on the edge here that I'm just going to trim off. Just ever so slightly. Oops. So yes, it's been probably a good year, or maybe 6 months since I last scheduled a post. Rather than gone live, but I thought I'd bring you some content anyway. So I'm using my Fresh Freesia, doing an inside liner. This is 10.1 by 14.5, and that's centimeters. So if you're not already shopping with somebody in New Zealand, a demonstrator, I would love for you to consider shopping with me, or joining my newsletter subscription as well. So this one is 9.8 and that's 14.2. I send out a weekly newsletter every week. Sometimes you'll get a free tutorial, sometimes you'll get some, so you'll always, once a month you'll get a free tutorial, once a month you'll get a free tip and technique. You'll have exclusive access to content I don't share online always. So I've just got a little strip, so that's the contrast, and this is 1.5 inches by my 5 3/4, or if we're doing centimeters, this is 3.8 by the length again. Okay, and that I'm putting right up the edge, so that when we open this card, that's what you're seeing. All right, this is a very quick card to put together. Now, this is an optional extra. You don't have to do this part, but I do think it adds just a little bit of extra fun. I've die cut a strip of basic white cardstock with the Basics border die. Now, it may or may not be retired in your market, but if it isn't and you don't have it, I would highly recommend getting it, because it is a very fun border die. So, and I think because this is a very fun card for a new little person that's arrived in the world, the clouds just give it a little bit of a whimsical feel. So now I'm going to do my stamping, but before I do that, I am going to use some of the brand new Petal Pink ribbon that's in the Storybook Friend suite, but you can buy it separate. I love ribbon. This one, why I chose this one, is it's got this scalloped edge that goes with the cloud die, so it sort of felt like it belonged. Although this ribbon isn't designed to go with this paper, it tones in with those mushrooms, so it's working. All of it is working together. So I'm just adhering this with a glue dot. And I'll put that over there. I like to add my ribbons with a glue dot because then I know they'll be sticking. So we'll just stick that there for now. Move that to the side while I do my stamping. I'm going to bring in my mat because the stamp I'm going to use is a photopolymer stamp. And I'm using the brand new Storybook Friends. This is so adorable with all these little characters. And I want to make another little welcome little one. and I'm going to ink that in Melon Mambo. So just bringing my stamp onto my ink pad, and I'm going to come about over there. Alright, set that to the side. Like I said, this is a simple card to put together. Now I am just cutting straight above that sentiment. Keep the scrap for another card. And I'm coming below the sentiment. And now I'm going to angle that. And I want this piece to go at an angle too, so I'm going to cut it from the bottom corner up to the top of my W, like that. Then I'm going to bring in some black, and I'm just going to glue this onto my black. Will I get away with that? No, careful. So I'm just going to bring it over here where I can make sure I've got enough of a mat around it, and I'm simply creating my own mat. And by doing that, I'm just cutting the black as a border around the white. This was something I learned to do when I was a brand new paper crafter. It just made sense to have my own mats, and I'm just going to trim this bottom one slightly narrower. There we have it. Now I can bring that, and I'm going to add 2 dimensionals on either side. Just getting my black dimensionals. If you don't have black, you can use white. But if you have black, what it means is you won't see it when you tip the card over to the side. So it's all those little things that just make the detail just a step better. Okay. Coming on either side of that part where I tied my ribbon together, I'm just going to lift this up ever so slightly, bring the ribbon through. I want to trim this ribbon a little bit too, because it's a little too long. And now all I need to do is add my embellishment, and for that I'm also using some Sale-a-Bration, some bling. This is the purple adhesive backed sequins. I might actually add a shinier one for this one than the one I chose previously. So this is also a free Sale-a-Bration option for you if you want to get some sequins, and I'll put 2 in there, and I might just put a 3rd one in here. There we go. So that is all beautifully made now for you. Very cute, very simple, and a nice little piece here for you to write your message in. So I hope that was fun, inspirational, and that you will have a go and make your own beautiful cards with some Sale-a-Bration paper. Next week I'll return with another scheduled post, and hopefully you'll be inspired by that one as well. So don't forget, if you're watching this for the first time, or even if you're just watching this video, please like the video. It really does help my algorithms. If you are brand new to my channel, considering subscribing and liking and following my channel, that would mean a lot to me to know that I am inspiring you in your creativity. And lastly, don't forget, if you want to be on my newsletter to receive exclusive content, then the link for that is down below as well. So until we meet again, remember to stamp, to eat, to sleep, and repeat.